It's a cab epic. It's like it can go so wrong. It's going to be a proper battle every day, that's for sure.
Luck definitely plays a big role in this race.
It's different racing than what you're used to. It's much longer.
This is a really unique style of racing, and I think the biggest thing is communication.
I think it's in marathon the most important thing to do right after the World Championship. The race plays out over the full 8 days. The lessons are here about managing your bad spots and then not getting too carried away when having good numbers, because you're going to be humbled again at some point.
All we can control is now how we race, where we end up, and I would say that's more than enough to think about.
Every year the cards are freshly shuffled and you don't know really how good the other teams are.
You can be the strongest team on paper and actually you don't win the race, or vice versa. Everything you've done up until this point now must continue. You are here, you've done all of the work.
It became like the Tour de France of mountain biking.
Meters. Today is the first stage of 7, starting and finishing in Cannondale Rider Stadium in Durbanville. Stage 1 of the Absa Ethic is traditional one of the toughest. It's a true test of rider and machine on a real marathon stage. At 92 kilometers, it's the second longest stage of this year's course. With 2,750 meters of time and a jagged, unrelenting sawtooth profile, the teams will get a feel for a real Absa Ethic. After the prologue, the top 3 men's teams are separated by just over 1 minute. Team Honeycomb 226ers with a surprise third place and wearing the African leaders jersey. Currently in second are Scott Tran NCG Racing with Nino Sherpa and Filippo Colombo, and in the yellow zebra leaders jerseys are the Italian duo of Luca Brino and Simone Algetto. As the gun goes for stage 1 of the 21st Absa Ethic, the elite band leads Cannondale and then into the Durbanville Hills. It's a fresh start to the day, and the wind is pumping. The dust is an ever-present challenge for vision and grip. The summit of the Rhino Farm is the king of the mountain checkpoint. All the teams fight for the prize and the accolade. The winners will not only be the kings, but also be the first into the single track descent. Just the nose was on the cards. and pushes hard to take the lead. Reaching the Cannondale trails at almost 80 kilometres into the race, Xiaomi and Colombo seem to have the legs today. They are keeping a close eye on the leaders' jerseys, pacing themselves with Schurter throwing his signature whip over the tabletops. Obviously at Speed Company, Lucas Baum and Gail Geiger have gone too hard too early and are dropped by Scott Strand MTB Racing and William Victoria. 15 kilometres to go. The current overall leaders, William Victoria, open a small gap to Scott Strand MTB Racing. They are sinking deep ahead in the last steep climb to extend their overall lead. Filippo Colombo answers back, taking the initiative. Schurter sticks doggedly to his wheel. The dwarf yellow jersey is palpable. Cannondale is setting a pace, but after 3.5 hours, it gets fast and loose on that technical descent, and Scott Strand MTB close the gap. William Victoria have burned all their matches and slowly dropped back after an incredible performance in the leader's jersey. Nino Schurter and Filippo Colombo crossed the finish line in a time of 3 hours 41 minutes and 3 seconds to claim their first stage victory in this year's race. William Victoria crossed the finish line 31 seconds later and takes second. In third are William Speed Company, Jaeger and Baum, finished just over 2 minutes off the pace. It was a tough first marathon day, and we see new teams on the podium and a shake-up in the general classification. 2022 champions are VIVO Speed Company. Third, second goes to William Victoria, and the win goes to Scott Strand MTB Racing with Nino Schurter and Filippo Colombo, putting them in the yellow leaders jersey, going into stage 2 with 11 seconds to spare. The Aramex women's category is third edition to Infinity Insure SCC Strand for Zero Lossa and Alexis Scarda. That's 1 minute and 16 seconds off the lead. In second, Ipor and Kenchan, Abato Mosheki and Samara Shepherd, with just 3 seconds in the leader. In Specialized Toyota with Annika Randall and Sophia Gomez Villabar. The Elite Women lead the start line at Cannondale for the first upper stage of the 2025 Absa Epic. 55% of today's course is single track, so the teams will need to time their attacks with precision to make them stick. The orange leaders are in the mix with the top teams as they battle for position early in the race. The pace is intense and Sophia Gomez goes down early in the day. He sustains a couple of traces, but is back on the bike in a heartbeat. Queen of the Mountain goes to Toyota Specialized with efficient Infinity SUV Strand, who also started second, and Buff Bergamo's Van Buren and Wurst in third. This is a key summit, and is an indication for what has become for the final 25 kilometres. 3 hours into the race, and the leaders in orange suffer a slow puncture. Reinfeld feels the front wheel become unresponsive. They remain calm and collected. Here front finds the issue, and the CO2 canister does the rest, and they're on their way with just seconds lost. Walter and Scarlett chase hard and show form on this challenging stage. Rosa Van Duren, the European Mountain Champion for Buff Bergamo with teammate Janina Wurst, are also on a flyer and seem to adapt to this style of racing well. The Danish Argentine duo returned to Cannondale, and even after all the adversity, they crossed the line in first with a time of 4 hours 43 minutes and 35 seconds. Efficient Infinity SUV Strand, but Zero Lossa and Alexis Scarlett take second place, almost 6 minutes behind. And third place goes to Buff Bergamo, Rosa Van Duren and Janina Wurst. The Aramex women's podium is Buff Bergamo with their first ever podium. Second goes to Zero Lossa and Alexis Scarlett from Efficient Infinity SUV Strand. And the second win of the event goes to Specialized Toyota, Annika Randall and Sophia Gomez Villabar. They retain the orange leader's jersey and increase their lead for almost 7 minutes.
Stage 2 is a plot twist. We're moving away from the conventional narrative, and it's a contrast.
Stage 2 is something extraordinary. It is the first time in the history of the Absa Epic that we have a point-to-point time trial. Time trials have been used in the past, but generally are used after that as point in single track. This 66 kilometres, just over 1,000 metres of climb, yet fast experience is relatively flat in the Absa Epic turn as we head from the Cannondale line estate to the beautiful Arles region, and we head to Spice's destination and Fairview Farm for the next couple of days. And this is what the profile looks like. It is, and so relatively fast. The power men will come to the fore, and the power women, this will be a day they will relish an opportunity to make up some ground after a brutally hard, technical and rough stage 1, as it always is at the Absa Epic. This is stage 3, stage 2, beg your pardon, stage 3 at the Absa Epic. 66 kilometres, 950 metres of climb. welcome to day 3 of the Absa Cape Epic and Cannondale Wine Estate. We will say farewell to this wonderful area today as it's played home for the first 2 days of prologue, and of course this is the stage 1 and now the start of stage 2. And truly glorious morning over the Western Cape. The sun heats up over the mountains and coast is wonderful farmland. It is going to be one of those special days on the Absa Cape Epic where we break new ground with this time trial. Wonderful to have our gang on cycling dinner with us. Exciting day today, dinner. This is going to be super exciting today. It seems fast and furious on paper, but there's going to be a lot of tactics involved. The core, we have 10 kilometers from the start, all going to be on single track. Some of the trains that did yesterday, we're going to do in reverse today. Meaning that, yes, you need to be out of the on those single tracks. And we saw yesterday there was a lot of mechanicals right away at the beginning. That's the last thing you want on a day like this. From there onwards, you're going to hit the water point. The first water point, 22 kilometers into it. I imagine that not many of the pro riders will stop at that water point. It is a short race, that is a peak zone coming up a little bit later in the race. If you don't have a mechanical or anything else, you're going to walk through that water point halfway 2Ks into the race. From there onwards, lots of open roads, gravel roads, and you're just going to dig in deep. You're going to rotate at the front. We will see a lot of tactics going on. The stronger rider will always be at the front, but even the stronger keeps the race. And from there onwards, we get into water point number 2 at 45 kilometers into the race. Same thing again. We're probably going to see some of the riders riding with hydro bags, and they're not going to stop at all, most likely. So it's going to be a tactical game, and then there's another 10 kilometers of single track coming in towards the end of it before you pretty much go down into the finish area. Fantastic. It's going to be an amazing day for racing. And how the format works is that they'll be setting off as their teams, as 2-man and women's teams. And they will be setting off, well, they're actually already underway 20 minutes ago, 6:50 in the morning. Yeah, the Pro Elite Telecom will lead first, followed by the Absa men, and then the Elite women, the Amex women, and all the way down to 11:09. Our last start will be at 11:09 this morning. Now, let's go to the start. High with activity there, as riders arriving there for a different challenge here at the Absa Cape Epic with individual team time trial all the way down to Fairview and the Spicy destination. Here's Max Kerr on the start line. Max.
Yeah, myself, Stephen, Toyota Specialized. How you guys feeling? How's the first 2 days been?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was a really strong start today. I think today is going to be coming from the road. So I'm really excited.
Chad, this is your domain for sure. Going into the time trial, just had a sense to one of your heroes breakfast.
How cool is it to be racing with these guys? It's awesome. Yeah, you always look up to them, and now to be racing with them is something surreal. So today is try to see if we can catch them. Good luck. Thanks so much.
Thank you guys for the delay.
Can you not hear Matt?
Well,
The race of truth, you guys ready?
Yeah, it's something different. It's really cool to see this in epic, time trial, but it's still like for us South Africans as a proper trail seekers. It's not going to be just full gas all the way. We'll still have to face it. So, hopefully we can work well together, and looking forward to a good one.
Keegan, we always talk about efficiency and teamwork.
No, just changed tires. I've got some Thunderbirds on, run a bit faster, and I think Arnu is quite a strong point for us. We're both really good on the flats. So, also he knows these trails, his home ground trails. So, looking forward to a good stage. Still a long week to go, so you've got to manage your efforts, and looking forward to it.
Yes, they're absolutely brutal. How are you guys working today? Are you going on watts? Are you going on hard tracks? Or are you just going on field?
Yeah, a bit of feel, bit of power, kind of gauge where you're at. It's hard to see like what would the leaders be doing, so just got to manage your effort, look at the power, and get through the day.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Right.
perfect.
Okay, we've got riders heading off. Daniel van der Walt and Urson Special of Computer Made at Cannondale headed off the start line just there. And this is the elite men's racing batch. Pierre Villot and Theo Duprat, the French pair. XR3 will be heading off shortly. So the time trial, different choices in terms of equipment today. Because of its relatively flat nature, open roads, quite a lot of district roads.
Yeah, I think today you want all the advantage you can get on the bike, off the bike, to keep it as aerodynamic as possible. You do have to compromise between the grip of the rolling. As I said earlier, there's 10 kilometers of single track, loose, really accelerated, so there's going to be a lot of power on the train. So you still need the grip, but then you have that long open section where rolling and everything. So as you can see, some of the riders will go more for the rolling, some of them they still have the same tire color as yesterday. So it's a combination of what you feel comfortable with, what's the fastest, what's your riding style. The one with more skills is going to go for the smoother riders, faster riders. The ones with less skills maybe stick to the same option. Also helmet choices, I guess we're going to see some aero helmets in this peloton today, or in this race today. And changing sides, that's always a big question. Are you going to change? Going to keep it the same? And the tactics are playing a big role in that.
Yeah, those who went too hard yesterday will feel the tender legs this morning. Big chanting quite hurt those as well. Let's go back to Max at the top.
Alright, we have with us team a few of the Olivers, Ben and Craig. Ben, having a look at that knee, I know we've got some stitches in there from the Soga River race. Has it affected the performance at all over the past few days? Are you feeling?
I mean, it wasn't a pretty lead up and on the cast and hoping it came right, but just within time I managed to turn the seal over. Takes about 10 minutes to warm it up, but then you're good to go. But yeah, Soga race was super fun, good to look that out, and Craig and I were charging here, and yeah, TT today is really fun.
You got a soft on today, you're going full aero, your brother not so much. Anything else you check?
I think we've got a bit of road cycling, so James on the hero booty, but
Just lost contact there with the other one. We are focused now on the full base of Jaden Turlo of Tiger Europe. All smart, quite relaxed as they prepare all their journey down this series, point-to-point time trial. Quite unusual, it's a unique situation in Absa Epic history from 21 years in the making, and not only is it a unique stage in terms of its format, but also heading to trial for the very first time. Wellington down the road, and of course Stellenbosch and Cannondale not too far away, but somehow has listed until this year. Charles and puts the boat so far out there that the travelling that they created there, we guys will be exploring that. That's further down the road. But today it's all about maximizing your efforts and getting the most you can out of this time trial without going just too deep where you might end up suffering on a negative count. And so I'm trying to set on the former South African road race champion in South Africa. Very well for the mountain bikers, and so he has a specialized alongside. And then we grew up on the trails of Carl. You have to tell those trails like the back of his hand. You'll get a bit of that today, but you're looking forward to the next couple of days.
Yeah, definitely. A good combination to watch as well. Like this is what the teams off and show off their strength. Any other race, they are always around the first team. They are, and always there to hand out fair free for that race. That's their main goal. But on the time trial like today, they can go flat out. They really can show what they got. Travis had an incredible cycle through. We almost got to the finish there. But the bunch got them road and made, but he was a contender for sure. And also, I mean, that's his home track. He knows pretty much every corner or rough part game, I guess. And he's definitely also going to have some fun in the last few sections. On the single track, you can always make some time there to talk about the backup team, the second team, to go like us, think about it. This is a very strong team indeed. They've got a couple of cars to play in this race. and again, the former World Championship podium racer, so they are very, very at the stage where, yeah, it's unexpected as time gone by. This is a very, very strong combination. They head off the start line, and that won't take too long now, I can tell you that. The pace is going to be high for Absa. Mega Mode 2, as they try across the line here, and the beautiful Cannondale in just the most gorgeous weather at the moment. Absa and Rodriguez Jeda, and the Diaz from Portugal, and Rodriguez from Spain. On the trail now, and it is relevant for Ria, big powerhouse on the front there, and you saw Becker on his wheel. Two locals riding for Bad Electrical Pipe Racing, doing all they can to get the most out of this. There's still a lot of riding on the road and also gravel racing, so this will suit it quite nicely. The time on these trails as they will touch on some of the trails that over the first few days as they leave Cannondale, but it is going to be fast and seriously thick. Now we're going to go back to teams out on the route here, just working together today into that rising sun. And yesterday's day, a really, really hard day. Every year, day one is a hard day. But the legs will suffer after that prolong, depending on how hard, how you treat stage like this. Yeah, there's no easy day indicator. Yes, they're shorter, maybe less climbing, but there's nothing easy at all. You really have to know what you get yourself into. You have to have game plan for this kind of thing. At least start with one and see what the capacity can do. Know what but you need to have a game plan, how hard you're going to go on each day, and the tactics you want to play. Some of the teams already have some mechanicals, maybe they know she's a contender anymore, but those guys are going to start aiming for stage wins. And today, like I said, it's the day you can show off your power, how much you can work as a team together. There's no tactics to be played with other teams. It's all you teammate, it's raw power, and we will see some changes introduced today for sure. The teams played on in 20 in Portugal. Well, they're hunting down at the African jersey. They're in third place at the moment, behind Mark Christian, and this works out in the leaders, Mark Christian and Nokia. Under Stewart and Jakob Hartmann, the former world champion Stewart, and those fans around his arms, and the German champion fans around his chest, which is the man that he is now from champion of Germany right now. So, yeah, we've been joined by a guest and a rider who knows so much about this event from a very sharp attender and also working inside the event with the team at the moment with the Absa Cruise team. I don't know if you've heard.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, very good.
You've seen your riders up there.
Yes. So we started for Archer riders from 32 to Mera Adventure. They were off at 6:52. And yeah, they've been flying their way to 30.
How would be for them for those couple of days?
They had a very good prologue. I was actually very surprised by the performance on the prologue. Very well done. Stage one had a bit of a challenge. They were staying early in the stage, which left them solo on the flat and open sections in the wind, which was very, very tough, where they spent a lot of energy.
Rehearsal for today.
Exactly.
So we've got the New Zealanders here, the brothers, Cam and Ben Oliver. And it is, they're about to set off there. We go to the start and the match.
Not for your friend, just a 10 that day yesterday, brutal.
Yeah, our pace was on from the start, and it was a hard fight, a little bit more broken wheel in the start, but I think in the end we managed it quite well and didn't lose too much time. Our ambition is to get on the podium, so I think that Redmi is still alive, and we got a small victory yesterday with the red jerseys, on the front.
It's so quickly about the bike setup. I see you guys got the nice grip set on the bike. Any other big changes? Are you using different tyre choices? What is the chainring look like?
Not much changes, to be honest. There's still some single track en route. I think it's just about getting as zero as possible and using the two-man combination as well as possible. I think even if the strongest guy does too much work, and it's still a long effort. We're going to have to just face ourselves.
Tristan, this is the longest ever time trial and epic. You guys know these trails really, really well. Efficiency is everything, but knowing when to rest is important.
Yeah, exactly. It's a long trip, so it's not just an hour further, so it's still like a marathon, even though it's always easy. It's still a long day, all day. It's only going to be you two out there, not in a bunch, so it's going to be, asking the team to work the best together and not sacrifice each other too much and just work together as a team. Good luck, guys.
Yes, update for the Ultra Championship team yesterday, and likewise for this team, they had the red jerseys off for Polar Conference and Central Georgia. Had a fantastic program, finishing in third place on the podium there. South African Mountain champion and a former road race champion, Mark Christian. He's won the big ones on the road. He is a seriously strong rider. And given circumstances might be a little different now, but this professional having such a tough day yesterday, but this could be a day that they could make a little progress up the leaderboard again today. So Tristan and Vincent were the head out. Remember, it is still 66 kilometers, which on locals parlance is a marathon stage. Let's go to Max at the start.
That there's been an incredibly tough first 2 days. The cross-country specialists have really been ripping it up at the front. We go into the time trial today. The race, we know everyone's talking about, Wednesday's red ready start, but some deficit is important. You've got to try and bring that back for today.
Yeah, for sure. Last 2 days have been hard. I mean, yesterday was really hard. I think anyone would agree that the trial was crazy. And, today is a unique one. We've never had a GC so like early on, so it would be interesting and super long as well. So it's going to be a really crucial pace.
It's all very good coming into a race, having incredible form, but your headspace has got to be right. We know these first 2 stages have been tough on the two of you, but this is a fun game you've seen before. You've been there, you've done the dance, and you've come back and you've won.
Yeah, exactly. It's never ideal, but we're not stressed. We have to do the race is long, and it's at the pace that everyone's going. They're either going to keep going or it's going to dull down a little bit, but I think it's going to be some good racing, I think.
Keegan, we're going to come into you quickly. I know you've got a gel going on there. You guys have been so... it's been a tough start, but let's be very honest. I mean, let's cut it and get it. It has been tough. There's a lot of expectation. Media at this race is second to none, but the South African public is totally behind you guys. You're hearing the shares out on the course. That's just going to get bigger and bigger as we go to Paul for the next 3 days. What are you doing from right now? What are you feeling? Where are you at in your headspace?
I mean, the headspace is good. I think for us, I always improve throughout the week. First couple days are always really intense, a bit hard for me. So as the race goes on, most of the legs come around a bit more, and everyone else gets a bit taller. Just keep chipping away.
Jump there and shout out to people back in the US watching.
Thanks to everyone for the support. Awesome. Yeah.
Good luck today, guys. Thank you.
Keegan Princeton and Matthias, who are going to be going off 10th class today. They're in 10th place, the outright Conrad pair. So this is the Bulls pair, and Simon Schneller and VIVO alternating. Quite solidly at the moment. And they will be placing Mark Christian and Vessel Bruder head also just behind them, David Serrano and Diego Ferreira, who are also just quietly making their way through. This is Hugo Ferdinand and Schneller in 12th place. And they are hopeful that they can move into that top 10 with a good result today. And little wonder behind that Bulls team that are Bulls heat bike heads out behind Stefan Song. Just to keep an eye a while on his teammates, if you like, and see how they're going there. Tall and lengthy Simon Schneller had a famous win with the 7 bottom of the Grand Finale last year at the conclusion of 2024 at the Cape Epic. He kept that very thoughtful and fine style. They will have to allow a little bit of leniency because they were quite far down on DC. The DC race happened behind it, but they certainly made it count. That opportunity far away. So those clubs for the Vineyards here, Georgesburg on the right, have been in their eye line since Sunday, the Georgesburg, but they haven't right to the top on
Sunday for the prologue. And today they won't go anywhere near some of them near the lower stage, so they'll skirt around to the right and head off to Carl on this time trial day. It's going to be a very fascinating day where general classification GC is likely to change somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I do expect some changes within the top 10 for sure today because, again, everyone has a different game plan set for today. And then maybe also some of the other teams are behind will work on the stage.
Now, let's go back to the start. Thanks to Max at the start.
Simona, Team Kilotiza Orbea. This is going to be a big day for you guys. It's something that is going to be interesting to see how things finish up at that fall this morning.
Yeah, we also don't know how to expect about today's day. I mean, we don't know exactly the route. We only know about the route that is quite fast. Luckily, we have not the strongest wind like yesterday. It looks really hot. And yeah, we'll see. We are fine. Yesterday went well. The second part of the race was, I mean, we enjoyed it. There was quite long times that we lost and some nice trades and everything went well. So still fighting for today. Hope for tomorrow is next one.
Any changes to the bike setup at all, just for the time trial specifically today?
I mean, nothing special before this ride. We don't know exactly what the road is. So for sure there are trades and downhills as well. So we put all the same things.
Alright, let's get across to Mark 50. Mark, good morning. Big day today. We know there's the big stages, which is what you guys favour to, are coming a bit later on in the week. It's been a tough first few days.
Yeah. I mean, today should be a tough day for us, but we try to be aero as possible. And then, yeah, you will see.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Mark Christmas, Savali Poro to the Chicho Fair, and on the start is Matt Beers from Powerhouse. It's a lot of Powerhouse that begins strength, and on paper, you cannot get two riders more suited to today's Thursday area.
Yeah, definitely. He's got the power on flat. That's super important. He's very tall and really has the raw power to push big GTX.
Good strength has a great record over the last year on the Galaxy team of the United States as the preeminent rider there. He won the lifetime series. Actually, the guy next to him came second in that one set. So these are the two guys you would think would be the powerhouses. But this is a different thing. It's stage 3 of the application. Okay, Max, all yours.
So, Steven, how's the new partnership working out?
So far so good. I think we positioned ourselves pretty well. 40-50 now, and I think our strong days are coming towards the end of the episode, so I'm quite confident right now.
You see the proper efforts from the XCO boys early on. I mean, yesterday it exploded in that last 5-6 kilometers, didn't it?
Yeah, it was really hard today with going up 4 times the Reno climb, more or less. And yeah, we missed some more towards the end, but still all like under control. And like I said, our stages will come towards the end of this race, and we are in the mix, and that's quite good.
Maybe let's get across to you. Obviously, he tells me the partnership's going okay. How does it actually go?
Yeah, it's going really well. In the beginning, for sure, we don't know us as well. So day by day, I think we are a little bit improving also to understand the other one. And I'm looking forward to the next stage.
Like he says, it's on the GC. There's nothing wrong with that going into a big day today.
No, I think we do well to here. Yeah, let's see what we can do next day.
Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Thank you.
Alright, 4 minutes and 51 seconds off the lead are the estimated pilot there. So let's get together just before the event because each had a partner that withdrew from the event, so they had to
fixed things up and they patched up and got third together. And it should be very, very effective. The part of 10, they just take 2 off the start lap and the massive challenge from the riders.
Lucas Baum, here we go. Roll the dice, 66 K's split box. Here's Smart.
Yeah, I look forward to this one. Special GT looks flat on paper, so it's going to be super fast, but I think there's some special things waiting for us in between with some technical trails, but I expect it to be super fast.
Any changes to the setup today, the efficiency for the bike and yourself?
Yesterday I had a big lift to the ego with a mounting at 38, back from the 40, but today I'm on the 48, so I think it's full speed ahead.
Seriously though, the longest time trial ever in the history of the Absa, I think 66 kilometers is 66 kilometers.
Yeah, I think it's a super cool decision of the organizers to put that in. Some people is definitely going to show in between the teams, so who's going to be the most synchronized and most efficient of the teams, and it's really indicator for the next race.
Alright, we're going to backtrack a bit to Georg here and catch him quickly. Georg is just speaking faster, and let's have a quick check-in with him. Georg, this is the day for the big boys. This is the day where people shine and the hurt box becomes real.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, today normally it's perfectly fit to us. So we're gonna try to make some time to the leaders, and we'll see them later.
No wind this morning, so it sounds like there might be a little bit of a tailwind on the stage.
Yeah, I mean, in Maxwell it would be even better if there's a little headwind, but we have to take it as it comes, and we're really excited for today.
We know you guys ride a lot on the field, but what's it, how is that important? What are you going to be using to guide you out there today?
Yeah, it's mainly the power, like in normal places as well, like always if we're going up there or if we're pushing out, it's always the power which makes it all.
Some proper teams in front of you, you guys are third on the team seat. The pace down 2 minutes is going to be a proper class today.
Yeah, definitely. So, we'll see what we can do.
Good luck,
Thank you.
All right.
And Lucas Baum in third place on GT as they head into this time trial, 3 minutes and 14 seconds behind the Australian engineer team in the lead. And they are just over 2 minutes behind Williams and Corey. 11 seconds to make up today. So, GT could well change today as the progresses. Dramatic photograph. So Samantha's are getting of the bus taken by team as they fly down through the super track tunnel. They would have worked on us during the prologue and on the stage number 1. Let's go back to Max at the start.
Simone, Williams Victoria, time trial race today. An incredible stage here today. How's the recovery been overnight?
We don't know. We will see the first kilometer, and then based also on our feelings, we will decide how to approach the next year.
When was the last time you did a time trial?
I think it's the first time I do. So we don't know very well what to expect, but
Have you made any changes to the bike setup, the efficiency, the nutrition, anything special you've done for today which you haven't done on the first 3 days?
Yeah, we just put a little bit bigger chainring because they say to be quite flat and faster on road. So bigger chainring, and then nothing else is not bigger. I think it's just a bit focused maybe on higher road position, save some energy, and that's it.
Alright, let's get across to Luca quickly. Luca, good morning, how are you?
Good, like, yes.
Big day today. Something new for you, a time trial. We had a chat to Simone. I said to him, when last did you do a time trial? He says he's never done a time trial on a motorbike.
Yeah, it's not so much the gap over there for the guys. So we see how to finish the test today, because yesterday it was a bit not tired, and so we have to see how is our recovery.
What is the plan today? Are you going to ride on field? Are you going to be using what's hot track? How are you going to manage your effort today?
I don't know. We will see after the 2 kilometers how is the feeling of it, the shape, and then we will decide.
You guys are quickly becoming some of the favourites with the South African fans. Your names are getting called out on the course. Coming into Paul, it's a brand new venue for the Epic. South Africans are going to be cheering your name. Are you excited to hear?
Oh yeah, super cool. Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, the thoughts of the former yellow jersey wearers. Yeah, there's quite a lot of uncertainty there because they are heading into new territory here. We heard you first time for a time trial. They are cross-country specialists. This is the toughest marathon mountain bike stage race in the world. Huge stages every day. So every day so instead of the unknown for Luca Ryder and Simone Arabetto. So let's now go and hear from the current yellow jersey, Guido Schmitter and Filippo Colombo.
All right, Dino Schmitter, Filippo Colombo. We've got the spots of the cheetah, the fastest animal in the world. Today, you probably fast.
Yeah, you of course, central stage, CT, super long, super flat, so a good pace will be the key.
Now to go off the start line last, what that means is nobody's chasing you, and you get to the 100 today.
Yeah, that's pretty nice feeling, not to have someone in the back stop, and maybe we can try to slowly start to grab someone in front of us, so yeah, we'll see.
You know, any major changes to the setup, the efficiency for you guys today?
I'll be running faster tires, then I have a bit more narrow handlebars. I get a split inside that you can shift on the handlebar inside.
Good luck, this is Filippo. Had a chat to Greg Van Aldermont this morning. I mean, what a thrill to have him on the start line on a time trial. Today is all about the watch. It's all about the numbers. It's the race of truth. It's called the race of truth for a reason.
Yeah, exactly, but those super important to train correctly, so we're going to try to look at our numbers and to be also to have something left for the final exam.
Good luck out there today. It's so fun. Thank you.
Our yellow jerseys, Filippo Colombo and Dino Schmitter, who produced the most extraordinary races yesterday to win the stage. In the classic fashion, the last 10 kilometers were absolutely enthralling as Victoria attacked him and got a bit of a gap in 15 seconds, and Dino Schmitter able to find it, but hung in there, just let that electric brake and then used that to close the gap. And attacked on the last of all so really dramatic stuff today, very, very different. So with our elite men, they're just about to head off around a 66 kilometer time trial. With you out there, what would your feeling be about this day?
Well,
if you were riding?
If I were riding, I was always one of the taller riders, and therefore also more on the heavier side, so this would have suited me. As a forward,
a bit like this day.
a little bit like this, and if I would have had Annika in the front, I would have been very confident. I would have had that powerhouse in front of me, and I just would have hung on to that wheel. So yeah, definitely a good stage for me, but also still a tough one.
It is.
Well, you just mentioned Annika, and you know her better than many other riders, I guess. Done the Cape Epic with her, won the Cape Epic with her. What do you think about the performance she puts down after having the baby 7 months ago?
Yeah, incredible. I don't know how it is to get a baby and going through pregnancy and it all, so can't really feel for that, but just from what I can imagine it's really, really incredible to get that body back so soon after pregnancy, and yeah, she looks as power as ever, so amazing to have her here, you know, really just happy to see her doing what she's so good at.
Any secrets you can share? Like, can you feel for Sophia what she's going through right now, racing and riding with Annika?
For sure. I mean, those memories are so present now that we are racing again. And look, Annika is possibly the strongest woman in this field, but she's also just the greatest partner. She's very humble, she's very kind on her partner. She's always taken absolute great care of me, so I never needed to fear her power. I actually just benefited from it, so she's really an amazing partner.
On the top of the second last of the elite team, they are second overall by just 11 seconds. Luca Brado and Xiaomi Armadetto, William Victoria, on their first Absa their victory journey. And they're on their way in the time on stage 2, day 3 of the Absa. They're yellow after the prologue, the only team to dip under an hour there. And then they headed into a very tough stage. You sense from Luca Brado, he was the one who really suffered towards the end of that stage there. And he said, yeah, we'll have to wait to see how the legs are going to recover, because you only know once you get out there and they'll start feeling for those legs as you pedal away. So they've got an 11-second deficit. Yes, that'll be in their minds. Mindful, of course, but still, this is a very long weekend. There's some huge stages to come. So measuring that and not getting too carried away with chasing yellow, chasing the ability to say, well, are we going to last on Sunday? And that's the jersey we want on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see that the two of them are riding on speeding. They do not have a pounding on their bike, and that's quite interesting, especially for the progressive, because you really need to keep an eye on the numbers. Your job training often is based on numbers. And doing to get better without having that extra knowledge, how much you have to push, how much you go through, the recordings of it. It's quite interesting. And yeah, yesterday, again, they started off really well, came across a little bit towards the end, and within the interview we just found out that, again, like they're basing a lot of that feeling, and yeah, it's good to see that there's riders out there that trust their own body more than the technology we have available, and we will also keep an eye on it and see how it develops throughout the week.
Yeah, they're leading and Lucas down the trail there for Albania Speed Company. In yellow once again, we'll start trying to be racing their team as they have been the last couple of years. This stage of the event, it's not an unfamiliar situation. Let's see how they go. It's Nino Schurter and Filippo Colombo who lead the start ramp as the race leaders going into stage 2, day 3 of the Absa Cape Epic. They took that yellow jersey with sensational fashion of fighting Ryan the closing stages on the big match first mountain stage to wrest that jersey away from Luca Brado and Simone Armadetto. Like just 11 seconds, they finished 31 seconds ahead of the Italians here at Cannondale on their first mountain stage. Now it's all about trying to defend that jersey. He is the most ferocious racer and the winner is using those jerseys.
Yeah, incredible. 10 times world champion. In 36 World Cup titles in the meantime. I mean, yeah, just get one world title. It's just absolutely incredible.
You say just get one. I'm happy with that. That's lovely. But he's hungry. Every time he comes out there, he's not a young man on the field. He's got like 10 World Cups. He wants more. He's got 37 World Cups, but he wants another one. He's got 2 applications. He wants to be part of that group. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, exactly. But also just handling that pressure of always, you are the one to beat. As soon as Nino stands on the start line, he's the one to beat. He's the one everyone wants to beat.
So in a way, you can identify with that. Because you and Annika dominated the women's field for 3 years, and you were the team to beat.
Exactly, and I struggled with it.
Yeah, did you?
I did a lot. It was such massive pressure on me. I really, really struggled with it. Being the weaker partner in the team, pressure was all on me. So I really, I almost, it killed me. It really killed me. It killed the drive, it killed the pleasure of it for me. And that's why if I look at a Nino Schurter and how he keeps it up and still looks like, I mean, it seems it's fun to him. And that's just, wow.
It's fascinating that how that sort of thing can get into you and he somehow feels
it is. Yeah. But I guess it's also the support, he's been a field spot his whole life. he's got that team behind him. It's so important to be supported like that. You know, you have this kind of family feeling, and he can just be himself. You know, they know him like they're brothers in his team. So I think that's really, really important to have that emotional support around you.
And you've got a partner this year who, well, perhaps the first time Dino's come to the Africa, they begin to do his ninth time yet. You've got a partner who is not just matching him. He looks a little bit stronger than him so far.
Yeah, definitely. With Filippo on his side, great rider. Huge respect for Nino, definitely, but I think the media also push him up. Like, I think the media can make you nervous when you know and you hear it over and over that Nino is making all his partners throughout the metric and all that stuff, but that does not affect Filippo. Filippo also knows, very strong rider. He respects Nino with everything he has done, but every day is a new day. You won the race yesterday, doesn't mean that you're going to win it today again. And it's also so good for Filippo to race with someone like Nino. If you want to be better, you need to change and you need to train and you need to race against the best. Otherwise, you're just going to be the same. And I think there's a huge opportunity to get to know each other a little bit better. And again, Filippo is not afraid. You can see he's strong, he's fast, and they're going to have a good day today. And you can see here the single track. They love that. They can make time at the single track. Filippo will most likely come to the front when it's a bit more flat and fast action. He is currently seems to be a little bit stronger than Nino at the time, but you have to respect. You can't tell that's a stronger guy at the front. As soon as you see the pace going down a little bit, and even if it's just for a minute or two, you have to maintain that keeps the average speed super high. They would have come up this on the way to Zurich, and they've come down, they've entered a different direction. Now they're going around the Duisburg mountain here. But already in the Taxidis is flying down the trail. Nino Schurter and Filippo Colombo in this 66-kilometer time trial over the start.
Yeah, important to know there's some rules with that skiing area is possible. They need to keep the thumb on the seat. They're not allowed to do the super tap, the so-called super tap. And they also always need to keep their hands on the handlebar, so they're not allowed to lean with their elbows on the handlebar. Important detail is they've changed over the years. We've seen the sushi pack in the past with the hands on the top, and not allowed anymore for safety reasons. So yeah, they need to keep their hands on the bar.
And you heard Nino talking there about the changes that's made, and he sort of just reeled them off like that. But actually, that's quite significant changes that they do.
Big time. Faster tires, of course, they have the technical skills that can manage the faster tire over the lead part of the train. And then he also mentioned the blips. Blips is something that you get with the front right train. It's an additional little button that you can put on the bike wherever you want to, meaning that you're going to have it very close to the center. They probably have some bar trains around it. Integrated there, meaning that you don't even have to leave that position if you want to change gear. It's right there. You stay in that aero position as long as you can, for as much time as you can. And you can see, like, they already now, even on the train, like, you're able to go in, you try to make the surface that sticks into the wind as small as possible. Also in the downhills, the more aero you are, the more energy you're going to save. They know all of this, even the number plates. They will be within an angle that does not affect the aerodynamics. It's incredible that you guys are thinking of what you can do on the bike and still legal, but still gives you a little bit of an advantage. And they don't leave anything out.
Neither is Matthias and Keegan Simpson of the erstwhile champion, of course, Matthias, the man who won this 3 times, of course, who's the defending champion, the outright player, the Songa are fighting hard. They're 727 down on general classification. It's not an unfamiliar situation for Beers. 3 years ago, or 2 years ago with Chris Blevins, they had a torrid first day in the minus. They lost like maybe 10 minutes. You were part of that.
I was part of the team, and also, again, like anything can happen to anyone in the race. You know, it's not just the mechanic, it's also your body. I mean, you stress your body so much, and the recovery, the food, the water, everything. For some of the teams, they haven't been here, so it's all new to the system as well.
And yes, the Cape Epic is not over until you cross the last finish line. And that year we really got the jersey back on the last day. It was a couple of seconds, it wasn't even much. But once you find yourself in a position, you just need to take every single day as it comes, try your very best, never give up. And by the end, that year we were lucky and it paid off.
You were lucky. Here we go. It is the Absa jersey leaders here. Buko Kepchen, Tristan Nokia, and Marco Dupere on the trails of the prologue of the time trial here at the Absa Cape Epic on that day 3. Now, the different dynamics in today's stage, as we get deeper into the race, some might use this as a bit of a recovery day after something that we just seen Marco there really yesterday, let's do it the right way. I say that, can't you? They were still too hard to measure that.
I think it depends what your aim is in the race. If you're still going for cheese, it's definitely not a recovery day. You need to make sure you're up there with the best. But if you've had a really bad day, if you have mechanicals on stage 1, you may be going for stage 2 later in the race, so you may want to take this as a recovery day.
It is that opportunity. I mean, the 56k time trial is really hard, but in essence, it's not a lot. It's just over half the time that's been on the bike.
Yeah, exactly, and that allows for a lot longer recovery period after the stage, which makes such a big difference as well. So they're going to have much more time to get their carbs in after the stage, they can relax longer, they can take their nap after the stage, and that will see them much more refreshed tomorrow morning.
Cape Coral Farms in Faircame Dairy, I'm wonderful there to allow the riders coming through on the Africa because they need that whole area of Durban and the Tiger Mountain Bike Club are actually unbelievable. They're trying to network extends to around 200 kilometers that these riders have ridden. A lot of that over the last couple of days, and they're feeling fantastic. So not only volunteers, the Patrick Robinson, the entire team at the Tiger Mountain Bike Club, what a job they've done to ensure that the riders get the very best opportunity for great conditions. Yeah, it's really great back to our mountain bikes. But just a reminder, if you are planning to come up to bike here, please, if you're not a member, go and get your pass from any one of the trail that is, Cannondale, Cannondale, wherever it might be, get your pass and then come and ride the trail. Only ride the trail that are marked with the relevant signs that enjoy the ride on the farms where they have not allowed. There'll be gates there. So, here we are, just in the here, Marco Dupere. Marco really had a tough day yesterday, but he's made a stern stuff. He's kept the man with their tough day for them. But they got some good too.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, such a strong South African team. Following them through the races, they had a really strong Buko race where they actually were up there with the Scotland team. Marco is definitely such a quality rider.
Super Tipton is heading to area Marley. He knows very well. He's spent a lot of time there in this part of the world over the years. And he and Patrick Robinson are working with let's say quietly on the back burner there because they're in fourth place at the moment. This year, the Compala Singer team, 451 down, just a minute and 37 down there here. The Italian Patrick Robinson and Simon Pizza. And so the big progress is they move on few combinations just getting to know each other. Here's Svensson. What have you made of Keegan Svensson, both of you over the last few days? I think they know is he growing into it, moving into it well?
No, he does. And again, like the media put a lot of pressure on that period, right? Like it's the first time that Matt is not riding with a specialized rider, so that also puts a little bit of a dynamic in it. You're not on the same equipment, not every single part on the bike can be changed or can be used from the B team rider and so on, so it puts a little bit of a dynamic in it. But they know each other so well from all the other events that they go together and do together, but of course, they race each other, and now all of a sudden you need to really put all your secrets out there. You want to achieve the best result you can within this Cape Epic, and that only works if you really truly trust each other with everything you've got. Preparation, little secrets that you may have that motivate you a little bit extra more or a bit more, and here they are. The pressure, like we said, it's huge. Like signing up with Bad Beers, you know, you're gonna suffer. It's not gonna be an easy one. He's South African. You don't want to let your teammate down. Yeah, I only feel for him. And again, you can only ride as much as you can, as hard as you can. And Matt is also well known to look after his partner. You know, like we're not even halfway through the Cape Epic. Nothing has been decided just yet. So just because they got the Geneva jersey right now, I wouldn't write them on fire.
I think we also need to consider we had basically, I mean, our route is basically a cross-country race, stage one. It was talked about, it was very much cross-country style as well. And Giga is basically taking it up with the best cross-country riders in the world. So he's done well, and I think the parts where he's going to excel this will count today, definitely one of them. So we're going to see. I think today is the first day we can actually make a big rally against others.
This is Lucas Baum and Gail Geiger loving the trails as they fly down here of Elliot Speed Company. And Lucas spoke yesterday at the end of the stage about perhaps they just their tactics yesterday. They went really hard up that Rhino climb there, trying to set the pace up there. And Lucas spoke about getting cramps at the low city stage. He did recover, but we smile when we talk about when they talk about their tactics, because all we've ever seen from them is we go hard. They get on the front and they just drive the pace and they go flat out.
But it's beautiful to see.
It is something.
It's beautiful to see. They're really in it for the way.
But maybe now, that comment yesterday, like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be doing that every day, as this is what might happen. So maybe they are trying to temper that. So this is a very different environment. They haven't got any other team to deal, to try and ride away from, to put in the hurt box. So they're just themselves now having to do the time style on their own. And it will be a really interesting ride for them. And so just on their own, trying to hunt down their 2 minutes too late.
I think they're my favorites for today's stage because, like you mentioned, there's not much tactics involved, but they're so strong. Both of them are so strong. And as long as they rotate, again, like keep their average speed high, you can see those guys are obviously super focused. They got that ice in the back, making sure they're not overheating. They have that little bump in the back, and it seems like they have ice back underneath there. And to me, those two to go today, they're going to be the favorites. And then the others, you will see the profession.
You can see also that how much difference is between the real of the one and the of the other. They're really close to each other. I don't think we will see that first, just every team, because they just know each other so well. They know that they can really trust the other wheels under them. But yeah, speaking about the other days or yesterday, you know, it was a risk that they took. It paid out for now, but the risk is very long. So it could also maybe play the same role as the FTC games like that later in the week. When the two teams in the front make each other up in the front, at the later stages you can make up a lot of time. So we'll only know at the end of the week how that plays out.
Yeah, stay out of the heat of the kitchen for now, and that fight for GC is in terms of just managing their efforts. As we now arrive with the 13-year-old, I'm going to be referring to, because when he gets on the single track and the trail jumps and burns and Kino shirt there, it's just extraordinary. The display he gave going down the third and top section of Cannondale yesterday was amazing to watch, wonderful to watch. It's passion, it's enjoyment, and constant skill.
Yeah, I mean, every corner, it takes maybe a few days of a second to maybe a few like match with the team. And you've got later up, with power. And that's not easy. That's not easy. If you lose half a minute on a downhill, it's a lot to make up on another part, especially today then when it's flat, where you can't actually make it up on the time.
You see the Epic cross resort position down that area that runs up. Loving that and nothing loving. The dust being kicked up by this pair to from Colombo and the sugar. Wow.
You don't need to see, but they just got their knees down. It looks so smooth, but if you would see the amateurs going down here, it looks like it's that fast.
Yeah. Just a reminder, these are the elite men, all the elite men's teams are out on the route now. And our elite women in the Aeromax women's category are about to get underway. Very shortly, Max Thriller will see some of those conditions.
Dear Gabor, Sunshine Tuesday, good morning, the smile is still there.
How do you do? Sunshine Tuesday, that's cool. You blessed. Yeah, no, we're excited. 66 k's of suffering, so yeah, key.
So 66 kilometers, longest time trial ever, point to point, going into Paul. The trails there are magnificent. The community is waiting for you. Anything that you guys have decided to try and really focus on today? Is there one thing that's super important to get right today?
Yeah, I think the pacing is important. Try to keep a lookout on the chicks in front instead of turning your head the whole time, checking them coming from behind. But yeah, that's the plan, to just full gas to the finish.
All right, Hayley, I just see you looking and smiling. Hayley, obviously time trial is something that you know. It's something you know well. You're an ex-South African time trial champion. 66Ks is a big ask today for sure, 950 meters.
Yeah, because like it's 66 Ks, but still trails, not necessarily a complete time trial effort, but riding just two of us for 66 kilometers on a mountain bike will be tough. So I think we've just got to manage our efforts and we'll be good.
You guys are definitely ticking boxes. You've done 2 good days. Obviously the focus, as Lawrence said, on stage 7. It's about being consistent and not getting ahead of yourselves.
Yeah, I think we'd also just like a better day than yesterday. We had a good result, but we had some problems along the way. So if we can keep it smooth, it will be better. And maybe save some energy and make some mistakes.
You know, with the fully belts from the stable doors that you've got to pull back the reins, what's the plan here? Have you got something where you can leash her in today?
No, I think we've been riding so well together. I haven't had to leash it. I think we've been very even. Yeah, so just manage our efforts, I think.
You girls go.
The Simon Hanika Vicky team, Yankahor and Hayley Green. Fascinating battle for the podium there because there's just 2 minutes between Martin Beckabay third and Simon Hanika in third position. So nice fight going on there. There is some beautiful jumps. And with our lead better, let's go back to that.
Tessa, having a quick catch up on yesterday, you said you got some good sleep last night. How important is today when it's just the 2 of you against the clock?
Well, not more important than all the other days. But we just need to stick to the plan. Don't go crazy. Always think about tomorrow. But yeah, time trial always is difficult because you cannot go too easy neither. So we will see how the legs are. And yeah, just give all and enjoy.
You come from a time trial background, ex-triathlete, you know what it's like to put watts down into the crank. Any specific changes that you've made to the bike or the efficiency of the 2 of you going into today?
I put them up for No, nothing special. In the end, we still have to do the work.
100% good luck.
Wow, that's a Nino shirt and Filippo Colombo here. I think the shirt and Colombo right next to each other. Very centimeters between them. Yeah, you can see like this is the most arrow position because you can see the weight coming from the side. Just go to back again.
All right, here we go. Rosa and Nina, I see the hero helmets are on, and you are ready.
Yeah, the side felt today, and the side flat. So you said helmet today.
Did you ever think that you would be doing a 66-kilometer time trial at the Absa?
No, I never tried to buy two times with the same of it.
Melina, you just can't stop smiling. You're having so much fun. You've ticked so many boxes already and we're only going into stage 2. Important today to just keep calm and make sure you hit the numbers and hit the marks along the route.
Yeah, I think today is super long outside and it's pacing is crucial here.
How you guys feeling? Because I know it's a big deal, right? You've done the 400 hitting in Croatia, the media here, the press are here, just how big this is. People calling your name out on the route. I mean, it's quite special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super special. It's nice to have here and we are first time here and enjoying every moment.
A message to the people back home in the Netherlands?
My parents are here. They tried yesterday to get the data down. So it's super special that they are supporting here and everyone is watching. It's so cool.
Well, we look forward to seeing more of the Dutchies out there. We saw Bart Brenson's earlier and we saw the guys just having so much fun and we know how much that's possible.
Yeah. Hello.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
So, just about to leave the start back for Paolo Kede to say winning the Italian champion Claudia Redmi and Cannondale Cosma, and they will be rolling off the start back now. The nerves standing in that start back.
Yeah, for sure. Also the first epic for those two. Patrocina, definitely the sprint team you want to ride in on this stage. Extreme power stop, real powerhouse, perfect stage for her. So we look forward to seeing what they can do today.
That's right. Second year for now, they need to start the Italian champion and both with the hydration packs as well.
Yes, important to hydrate today. It's going to be extremely hot. We're heading into fall. Definitely a few degrees warmer than Mirandol even, where even here it's very, very hot. And we're going to see temperatures rising to the 40s.
Let's go to Max. He's talking to the podium riders at the moment.
All right, Alexis, big smiles. Tell us a bit about music choice. What's on the flower cards today? I know you guys have got a special song for this year's Absa Cape Epic.
Yes, we do. We have our song, the Cape Epic 2025 song, and they promised they'd play it for us, and so that's what's on my head right now.
We'll have to have a chat with them. Today is a different day. Obviously, yesterday was brutal. Today is the longest time trial we've ever had at the Absa Cape Epic. How are you feeling going into today? Any major changes from your side, physically or on the efficiency side, the bikes, the equipment?
Yes, I'm wearing an Aero helmet, and I've switched to a 34-tooth chainring up front. And other than that, we're just going to try and pace it really well in the beginning and see what we have left in the tank at the end.
Vera, you guys are in for some treats as you make your way into Paarl. First time ever we go into Paarl Trails. We know the community there just loves cycling and they just are going to be shouting out your name. How special is it to be racing almost at home? I mean, you're from Namibia, but you've been adopted, right?
Yeah, Paarl actually feels for me at the moment because I've been staying there for about 5 weeks before or leading up to the Cape Epic, so I'm really excited to go to my second home in South Africa. And yeah, Paarl is amazing. The people there are cool. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Today it's important to consolidate. They call it the race of truth for a reason. It's you against you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not Alexis and myself against us. I think I'm really glad I have a partner with me there because otherwise it would really be a very, very long day.
Alexis, getting into Paarl today, we know that there's a little bit of a shift in the racing going into stage 3 through to stage 7. A lot of the racing early on has been very punchy, it's been very technical. Things start to maybe go in the favour a little bit of the marathon riders coming from tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so, and we've done a lot of practice out there. We stayed out there for a week before coming into the Cape Epic, so we know the trails pretty well, and they're really fun actually, so I'm excited to get on some one single track.
Looking forward to seeing you two dance today. Good luck. Straight in. I'm going to go to Sophia first today. Sophia, good morning. Amazing stage yesterday. You guys did what needed to be done, and today's a totally different day. You're taking it one day at a time. 66 kilometers is a proper distance for a time trial. When last did you do a time trial of that sort of distance?
Ooh, I don't know if I've ever done something that long, but luckily the past 2 epics have had a time trial, which I would say is always the one that kind of scares me the most, just because
it's really hard to know time splits and not, but luckily being in the leader's jersey, we get to go last and kind of get to know some checkpoints here and there. But yeah, I'm excited.
Let's talk time trial quickly, Annika, because we know that you love putting down the watts. But in the past, they've all been out and back time trials. They've been short, they've been punchy. This is 66 kilometers, 950 meters. You've got to keep your wits about you. You're chasing down 2 minutes in front of you.
Yeah, it's for me, it's going to be a little bit of an unknown territory to do that long of a time trial. I mean, we have a great advantage of starting last, so we have a game plan, and of course we're looking ahead and trying to see if we can catch people. So that's going to be our strategy today.
You're looking at watts, you're looking at heart rate, you're going by feel. What's the plan?
I've been a rider that goes a lot by feel, but teaming up Sophia and accidentally actually having still my watts going on from the training rides here. I'm actually starting to look a little bit at the watts. So yeah, maybe I'll learn something at this KBB.
Sophia, any major changes from the bike setup? I see you've got some daggers in your ears there. Look at those, you've got some nice bling going on. Aren't those amazing? Does that mean that the swords are out and you're good to go?
Yeah, I mean, this one is one for, you gotta be mentally in it, so taking some inspiration with my earrings. I always like to play around with those. No, I think the setup is all the same. We just went back up to a 34 chainring. We debated running a 36, but decided against that. So we'll see if that was the right call or not.
Well, looking forward to seeing you on the pole trails. Enjoy them. It's your first time. Have fun.
Thank you so much.
The butcher's knives are out for Sophia Coppes-Vierfahrt and her partner Annika Langveld. So they are preparing to ride out today on this very, very tough time trial. And this ride out of Cannondale up onto the Vivians was, you could have warmed up properly. Those riders and those women certainly would have done that. Luca Brada and Simone Alandeto of William Victoria now. 11 seconds is the deficit back to them on general classification. This is another stage. It's in a way a bit like the cross-country in terms of time for them.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours for the men, I would say, and that's what they judged for the fastest man today. That's a long time trial. I mean, on the road, you never see a time trial really over an hour.
It was like flying. Sure.
Did you get some slipstream there?
Yeah, one of the farmers just buzzing the Clementia Aubert team, Samuel Poro, and his partner going through there as well. That was some low flying, but good to see. Yeah, sorry, we're a bit distracted by the aircraft there. But yeah, the time trial and putting the effort out there, managing the effort today, it's all about getting the best out of your body, out of your bike, and out of your partner, but without anyone else influencing it. Rosa van Doorn and Janine Most in third place. A really good day yesterday on their first Absa Cape Epic, so it's a voyage of discovery for this young pair, and they are so excited about being here. And they did put in a really